Hello everyone, welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, it's your boy Rasheed. Alright, let's get into it over here, man. It looks like Cam Johnson actually has a demotion to the bench over here. It's a strong indication that Jacque Vaughn is actually really going to stick with this lineup in terms of DFS, actually really kind of starting at the 5 position right there, man, which is, I think, is really kind of totally dumb over there. I don't think it's a large enough sample size that Jacque Vaughn even like experimented with to see if this lineup can actually really do well. We're going to get into that a little bit later in the show over here, but let's first listen to Cam Thomas and his reaction on the demotion right there in terms of him actually coming off the bench right there. All right, so let's get into it right here.
This has been going on for a minute now, all the way really back to Denver. Have you seen a common thread in where those defensive failings are, or is it all kind of different things?
Nah, it's all different things, kind of. It's a lot of different things from game to game because of the teams we play. Every team delivers a different challenge. You know, you said with Denver, that's Jokic. You know, that's a different challenge than playing, you know, the Wizards tonight. We didn't have the same problems, a different problems. So it just depends on who we're playing, honestly. But we just got to lock in and, you know, try our hardest to get stops so we can get out and run, get in transition. So, you know, we just got to stay consistent.
You mentioned about how no matter where or when you play, you wanted to excel at your role, and you were able to do that coming off the bench with a quick 10 points. What was it about your game that was able to be so versatile with so many different lineup changes?
Yeah, just staying locked in, just focusing on my craft, just knowing, you know, that it could change. So not being complacent on being a starter all the time or being on the bench all the time. I just gotta stay locked in, stay ready. You know, you just never know. You never know. So you just gotta stay ready and just, you know, don't get down. Because obviously, you know, nobody. I mean, I'm just calling it how it is. Everybody wants to start. At the end of the day, I want to start. So, but for what the team needs, I gotta come off the bench or it's a 6-7 man and come in and bring energy. So just not getting down, just staying positive and keep my energy high.
Was there any conversation about if this is a one-game thing, or is it something that's going to be moving forward?
Nah, I'm pretty sure it will probably, you know, we'll probably evaluate later on if this, you know, if this doesn't work. You know, like our other lineup wasn't really working. We started out slow. So if, you know, the same thing happens, I'm sure he'll change and evaluate it. But, you know, we just gotta start games out better, stay consistent as a team. Like I said, that's really the main thing to it. Because, like I said, the stretches we go on, we play well. You know, we look like a really good team. And then we have stretches where we look like a really bad team. So I feel like the consistency just has to be there, no matter who's on the court. When I'm on the court, though, Clax, CJ, whoever's on the court, we just gotta stay consistent.
All right, so my thoughts on this over here. I think Jacque Vaughn is actually making a huge mistake taking Cam Johnson out of the start. Cam Thomas out of the starting lineup. And the main thing is that they're gonna try to run the offense, I guess, through Mikal Bridges. So the problem is that they're gonna put the best defender on Mikal Bridges. And I mean, he doesn't really have the explosiveness really to like a lot at times to really kind of get past. Let's say if you got Kawhi Leonard on you, or if you know, he's not going to be able to overpower Kawhi Leonard, like get into his chest and kind of finish on him, man. That's really, really tough. I mean, you got to take a lot of shot attempts really just to have a decent scoring night against a guy like Kawhi Leonard. You know, that's just one example of it. Like even like Contavious Caldwell-Pope. So I just think, you know, if you're really gonna win in the NBA today, you need like 2 scorers, like 2 high percentage one-on-one players there, and so the defense doesn't have a chance to really kind of load up on one. And there's times where, you know, like even on the, you know, like on the offensive end, I mean, somebody actually has an advantage. Now, a lot of the problems is, from what I've been noticing, is that Claxton and Dayron like doesn't really provide you any type of like offense, you know, like not like any, they don't provide any kind of floor spacing. So a lot of times the big man is actually really kind of camped in the paint right there. You know, so it's really kind of hard for Mikal Bridges and like Cam Thomas to really kind of operate. This is why she said he should actually go with Giles, and Giles actually showed a nice shooting touch, and he can actually kind of make the big man come out of the paint somewhat, or whoever the opposing team's rim protector is, come out and actually, provide some type of spacing, man. But with Claxton and Dayron in there, I mean, like Jokic, he just drops back a lot of times. Now, Claxton actually has been coming up and actually setting the screens. I've been seeing that a lot more lately, but like in the Milwaukee game, they're just like Brook Lopez and Giannis was just really kind of just dropping back, man. And like Dayron would have to go, Dayron would get the ball down low, and he wouldn't actually really kind of take it up against Giannis there. You got to kick the ball back out, and so like I said, that's a problem is with Jacque Vaughn actually really kind of, like I said, there's certain matchups, again, like Jacque Vaughn needs to think like a championship level coach. Okay, there's going to be certain times where Claxton is not going to be able to work in your starting lineup. If he's going up against Joel Embiid, he's 215 pounds, all right? Going up against somebody that's almost 300 pounds. It's not going to work on either end for Claxton. And like I said, the commonality is that a lot of the other centers that we're going against is like 240 something pounds and up, and we got Claxton at 6'11", 215 something pounds. Now with that frame right there, that will actually put him really more at a 3, like a small forward. Thing is that you really need like ball handling and shooting, and Claxton doesn't really provide you really any of that. His strength really is actually just rim protecting. Against certain guys he can actually he's good at finishing around the basket, putting the ball back. Get this light on. Okay. So better lighting over here. So and that's another thing. They gotta get Cam Thomas into more catch and shoot scenarios. Really, really good catch and shoot players. And maybe you can have Claxton come up and set the screen on his man, and he can actually get a good, good catch and shoot 3. And then you take like Cam Thomas. I like Cam Johnson really kind of at the 4 position, even though he's 6'8", he's kind of undersized. But he gives you more like ball handling. He can put the ball on the floor. He can hit the mid-range shot. Like you see them run Dorian Finney-Smith out off the 3-point line. Doesn't really give you anything. He has a little, like a little teardrop, man, but it's not really refined. You can see it's like he's not really comfortable really kind of taking that shot right there. So with Cam Johnson at the 4, at least he has the quickness to actually, it's like, you got 4, it's like us, you got a power forward who's at 250 something pounds, and you have Cam Johnson at like 210, 215. All right, so it's gonna be hard for like most power forwards to kind of get out there on the 3-point line and then chase, and to try to chase Cam Johnson off the 3-point line. So if they actually wind up actually doing that, then he can actually put the ball on the floor and then hit a mid-range shot right there, or he can actually finish, or he can actually get the pass to whoever's under the rim, like with Nick Claxton. So he can actually put the ball on the floor, attack the closeout and get to the rim. It's going to cause the rim protector to actually come out, and then you should be able to dump the ball off to Nick Claxton or Dayron Sharp for an actual easy bunny right there. So that's not actually happening right there. So I think it's a mistake, because like I said, if Mikal is off, and Cam Johnson, like at the 3, he's decent. Again, he doesn't really have the explosiveness really off the dribble like that, really to go against like, NBA 3s. So, man, I don't know what's up with Jacque Vaughn over here, man. I mean, you got Lonnie Walker actually coming back. I just think it's, yeah, okay. Just want to make sure I was recording this video. You want to make, let me get my train of thought back. I actually lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Lonnie Walker's actually coming back. And it should make things a little bit better. You have another scorer out there who can actually get to the rim in 3-4 dribbles, and then he moves without the basketball. He comes off screens. He can catch and shoot off of screens right there. I think with Cam Thomas, and he takes some bad shots. Right, there's times he'll take a pull-up mid-range shot with a defender draped all over him, rather than just passing the ball off and then getting the ball back. When it's like a little V cut. You pass the ball off, V cut, get the ball back, and now the defender is really kind of out of position somewhat, and then you can go to the basket right there. So sometimes he does force some shots, but it's only a couple. You can't yank him out of the game over the one or two bad possessions, three possessions right there. And then you got to look on the defensive end. So Jacque Vaughn wants to go more defense. And that's what Jacque. And that interview I was just playing about with Cam Thomas. He said that Jacque Vaughn wants to go a little bit bigger. And so we'll see what actually happens, man. Dorian Finney-Smith had 4 points in that game, man. 4 points. So I think if Cam Thomas was actually starting, really kind of, and he was probably pissed off, man. He was probably angry. He was pissed off, and it kind of threw his game off right there against the Washington Wizards. So we'll actually see what happens over there, man. He said it. I guess Cam, they'll put him back if anything in the starting lineup. But I think Jacque Vaughn at the end of the day is really, is kind of overthinking the game. Like he has, the team, like I said, it's a different, I know a lot of different ways that they can actually go in terms of you got Trendon Watford in there, which I think was a big mistake not to actually play him in the Washington Wizards game. Huge mistake. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of issues over there, man. There's a lot of issues. So I'll wrap this video up. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. And a happy New Year to every single person that's out there. All right, if you're actually getting this, today on Sunday. I'm actually recording this on 12/31, 12:28 a.m. So definitely have a happy New Year's, everyone. All right, peace.